Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Welcome back. Welcome back. I am Coach Willis, and I will be your 8th grade math teacher for the year. Whether you come back to school or whether you stay at home, I still will be here. Today is Tuesday, September 8, 2020. If you're seeing this video, it is pre-recorded. So that means I'll be doing the I do's, helping you with the I do's. So that in return, you can do the we do's and you do's basically by yourself in the DOL, okay? Go through a little bit of norms first. Right? Even though we're not in the classroom per se, physically, still the rules apply. Be ready, be responsible, be respectful. When I mean be ready, that means when it's time for you to log into Zoom, be ready to log in, be responsible, and be respectful. So if you want to say anything, just raise your hand. It'll be little icons down at the bottom of your Zoom. Be able to raise hands, or just hit me in the chat, okay? All right, next. Every day we'll have a LO, essential question, and DOL. Okay, so EQ is an essential question. How are different sets and subsets of numbers related? Okay, the LO is students will be able to extend previous knowledge of sets and subsets using a visual representation to describe relationships between sets of real numbers. Okay, I know that's a lot, right? So let's break it down a little bit. Right. So basically, you need to extend previous knowledge. So that means things that you learned in 7th grade, 6th grade, you'll be bringing that back. Okay, you'll be using a visual representation. Visual representation to describe relationships between sets of real numbers. Okay, so I mean you'll be able to see something that basically lets you know what to do with the relationships between sets of real numbers. Okay, then DOL is demonstration of learning. Most of y'all know what that is. You have about 3 or 4 questions asking you basically to show me that what you learned and what I taught you, that you're able to do it by yourself and without the teacher's help. Okay? Fine, let's move on. You see I'm in a little eraser now. Right, so before we start, I want to kind of get you into a mindset that I'm in right now with the whole real numbers and real number system. Okay, I'm gonna draw a big universe. Right? Let's call this the USA. Okay, United States of America. I want to get a little technical. Y'all like that? Y'all like that color up there? I know, right? Artist, that's what I am. Anyway, inside the USA, you have states, okay? What state we live in right now? It's Texas. So, put Texas. As you can see, Texas is a subset of the USA, okay? It's a subset, so that means it's under the USA, but it's still inside the USA. You following me? I hope so. Next one. Inside Texas, what do we have? Can anybody tell me? Think about it. Take a second. You have cities, okay? Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin. You have different cities in Texas, okay? You have different cities. So we're gonna go with Dallas. That's where we at. Dallas, okay? Dallas is a subset of Texas and a subset essential to the USA, okay? Still a set though. It's just a subset. Sub meaning the lower part. It is involved, okay? Now in Dallas, this is our last one. In Dallas, anybody tell me what you have in Dallas? Okay? You don't have another state. You don't have another city. In Dallas, you have different parts of Dallas. So, like where we at right now, they call this the North. The North, really, but North. Okay? We're going to say North. aka North. Okay. I'm just picking that city. I mean that area of Dallas because they have South Dallas, East Dallas, West Dallas, and so on. Okay. So basically, that's what you're looking at. Essentially, today you'll be able to see a representation of this right here, but using real number systems. Okay, using real numbers. So the words I was saying, subset, sets. That's what you're gonna see. Okay, subsets and sets. All right. Any questions? Let's move on. That looks pretty. I don't know if I want to do this. All right. So on your class kick, this is actually called the we do on this one, but I actually called it the I do. I put ALT alternative. I'll do. I do. I felt more comfortable with this one, explaining this one. So we're gonna look at this one. All right. So all right. True or false, right? Let's just look at it, okay? Let's just look at it. We have a Venn diagram. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, of course. You can see that Manhattan is the lowest one, the subset of New York City. And New York City is the subset of New York. Okay. And outside of here, you have far places to go. So these are two different things. They're comparing the New York City to fun places to go. Okay? All right? So, true or false? If something is in Manhattan, then it is in New York City. Well, let's find out. If it's in Manhattan, it's in New York, in New York. Okay? Well, yeah, it's a subset. So this is New York. This is a subset. So that's true. Yes. Okay. Let's erase that one. Let's keep the T there. Okay. Let's go to number 2. Okay. Let's go to number 2. Oh, excuse me about that. Sorry about that. All far places to go in New York are in New York City. All right. All far places to go in New York are in New York City. All right. So let's look at that one. Okay. Let's look at that one. All far places to go in New York are in New York City. Okay. So far places to go right here. That's in New York. They're in New York City. Well, no, because far places to go are in New York, and we're right there in New York City. Okay, so it's right there. Okay. So, yes, that's true. Okay. That's true. All right. Notice that the far places to go is this little line right here. This little line. Okay. So if this is false, then you'll have some of that purple line in the Manhattan. So it's important to this Venn diagram is not no any far places in Manhattan. Okay, they're just in New York and New York City. Okay, that's the better way to explain it. All right. So let's erase that. All right, next one. Number 3. Some places in New York City are not fun. Let's look at that. Some places in New York City are not fun. Some places in New York City are not fun. All right. Well, this is the fun places to go. Okay. All right. The other places, they're not. So you can't say that everywhere you want to go in New York City they're fun. Because right here we don't have anything for Manhattan. Okay? So some places in New York City are not fun. That's true. If someone is in New York City, they are at Manhattan. Okay? If someone is in New York City, okay, then they are at Manhattan. Well, technically no, because if you are in New York City, okay, you're not in Manhattan. It's simple as that, right? So that would be actually fun. Okay. So basically, this is just an idea, okay? Idea of what you'll be doing relating to real number systems and their sets and subsets and comparing together with visual representation, okay? So, I want you to, I'm going to end here and I'm going to pick up on the we do, okay? The we do will be live, okay? So, when you see this video, you'll see, okay, I ended it. I need you to go to this slide and get ready for the we do, okay? What I will be grading is the we do and, the you do and your DOL, okay? The we do I will be grading too. Just see if you participate, okay? So, go to this slide right here. As you see, it have the definition, examples, and non-example. We'll pick up from there, okay?